Hi guys, I just want to introduce you to a game that I've just picked up, which is, I'm finding very exciting. Legend of Grimrock. Yes, back in 1991 there was a game produced called The Eye of the Beholder, and it ended up being 3 different games where you can carry the characters on from one game to the next. This is very much in the same vein. It's a dungeon crawler, and we'll just go for a straight create characters. Yep, you can go for old school mode as well, which you can enable, which turns off the auto map. So you have to get out your graph paper and your pen and paper, or your pen. Mara, not name, good name for you. Okay, so we got the standard humans. You got minotaurs who are big and strong but eat lots. Lizard men, who are more your rogue style, and it does actually give you down the bottom here, Lizardman in the description, social outcast, blah, blah, +2 dexterity, -1 willpower, 3 skill points. Humans get, what do humans get? 4 skill points. Minotaurs get +5 strength, -4 dex, +4 vitality, and they eat extra food. Insectoids are your casters. So yeah, so really I'm going to stick with a human fighter to start with. You can up your stats. I'm finding that dexterity is actually quite useful because the dexterity actually allows you to hit. Now you've got your skills here, athletics, which is health, armors, weapon skills, unarmed combat. You also get traits. Now one of the things you get is skill, which gives you 3 additional skill points, which if you're a Minotaur can be quite useful. But I felt like it was a human because what it does allow me to get is 4 points into one, 3 into say another. Athletics and armors are 2 of my most favourite skills to have, and that is a very, very, very bad use of English. I speak good English. And we'll have a female human fighter as well. We'll bump her dexterity right up and the health right up. We'll give her an ability to use maces, because I know I pick up a mace very early on. Give her athletic, because that is not what I wanted. It's agile is what I wanted. So she's going to be dodging an awful lot, and also give her aggressive, so she has to do a lot more damage when she hits. We'll go for a Lizardman rogue. Because Lizman just make brilliant rogues, and second line is particularly useful if you want to be sort of throwing weapons. So we're going to go for throwing weapons because rocks are plenty in this. Agile, give him +2 dexterity as well. What else? Tough, +15 health, not so sure. Healthy, extra vitality, evasive, aggressive as well, I think, for him. And yeah, and give him a name. Have I given her a name? Borfar. Okay, and the last one, I think we're going to have to go for an insectoid. We'll go for an insectoid mage. Yes, not a good look at all in any way, shape, or form. So willpower, the prime stat for them, some vitality up as well, give them some survivability. Now you can import a custom portrait, which I think is fantastic. Particularly if you think about it, if you play World of Warcraft, you can actually take a screenshot of your character, import it in. I'm going to give him a couple of points in, actually 2 points in fire magic and the rest in spellcraft. There's not an awful lot of points to give him. Now Auric's +15 energy, which is always nice to have. I'll give him skilled because that way I get some on spellcraft. Staff defense, not really, that if he's getting hit, something's gone really horribly wrong to start with. So I'll put a bit more into spellcraft. Yeah, that's just 4 points. Now it gives, if you look down here at the bottom, spellcraft, it does give you a breakdown of what the additional abilities give you. So I'm getting +1 willpower to start with, and I'm starting with a spell, which is very nice. Thank you very much. His name is not New Prisoner, his name is Umdok. And start the game. Now I have turned the sound off on this because it is incredibly loud and I cannot get it down to a level where I can actually listen to the game. Now I've spent all of my points, I've given everybody traits. Yeah, so nice and customizable. Start the game. This is the start scene. You're basically being taken in that airship to the top of that mountain, and yeah, the airship struggles to gain height, and you're led out, and you're a prisoner basically, and you're being chucked down a pit. Your objective, if you can get to the bottom of the mountain and walk out, you go free. Otherwise, you die. Everybody else has died. You're all that's left. Your only option now is to get out, and you're pushed down. Now that looks like an awful long drop. It's all chained together, but there we go. That is the basic raison d'etre for this dungeon crawl, Legend of Grimrock. And it is very, very Very, very sexy. WASD is your standard controls. You also got Q and E, which will turn you through 90 degrees. So you got forward and back. As you can see, it's very dark. So one of the so you start with nothing. I have got nothing. No. Click on the portrait to get the inventory. So there's my inventory. There are my stats. And click my experience points. See, dexterity gives you a breakdown of the stats. But here. Now, for example, athletics, a much bigger breakdown of the skill tree for athletics. So I've got +1 strength already from my athletics. My armor's at armor's at 4 points, and already an additional point of protection. And you can get various other bits and pieces as you increase your level. Now, first of all, take the torch and give it to one of your bards. There we go. Now we've got some light source with us. You can see. If you've ever played a decent dungeon crawler like Eye of the Beholder, particularly if you're kind of old school, I mean 1991 to go back a bit for some people, but if you're like me and kind of old, that puts it straight into, if clicking onto the portrait puts it straight into the inventory. If you're kind of like me and kind of old, you'll recognise this immediately as some of the, what have we got here? We've got trousers and a shirt. Right, and right click on both of those, and you can see immediately the protection stat and evasion stat. Evasion basically dodge protection, how much armor it protects you from, so that's 2 points. Yep, nice and simple, eh? There we go. And well, we have another torch. I'll put that in his backpack. And I've got a mace. Now, who did I give mace skill to? I can't remember if it was him or the other one. Not him. What about her? Yes, she has mace skill, so she can have the mace, and he can have the torch, because the torch will do more damage in his bare hands. Torches can burn down, by the way, so it is always a good idea, as far as I'm concerned, to collect the torches. Nice wall decorations here. What I like about this game is it is very much the old school little, this is a nice easy introduction into a nice dungeon crawler, nice and simple. You really only want one torch going at a time. What do we got here? Brass key. Okie dokie. Yeah, brass key. Mage, right click on one of his hands and you have runes. And you can do a rune. Of course, there's a cooldown. And you'll notice his blue bar, his energy bar, goes down as well. As you go further on, you will get scrolls giving you the runes for additional spells. But you also have to have the skill to use them. And I've got a rock there, so he can have that. That can go in there. So now the rogue with his high dexterity can shoot from the back. Key, just mouse over the lock. There you go. He's so simple. Yes. Now you're looking. I mean, I always keep an eye open for little things to. What's that say? Loose rock. Right. What you're looking for is a loose rock there on the top center of the screen. And opens a secret door. And get another key. There we go. Torch. Yep, we'll have that. Thank you. You do end up with quite a lot of torches. I've actually ended up with my mage character just being full of torches. Now, have we been here? Tab will get you up the map. We have been here, haven't we? Yes, we have. So I'll go turn round, don't I? Yes, of course. There we go. Right, and another keyhole with a key. That's nice and simple. And combat. Combat's, again, another one of those very simplistic things. Because this is a basic dungeon crawl, it's nothing complicated. It's not multiplayer or anything like that. It is something. A snail. So right click will attack. Left click will select. So left click select. Now, if you've got the guy at the back, you can have a rock in one hand and a throwing knife in the other. Depending on which one you click on is what he'll attack with. Same with the guys in the front. So we'll right click on throw and wait for the slug to get closest to us. Whoa, 60 XP. Now all monsters do seem to explode into nothingness, which is quite nice. There's no horrible mess to clean up afterwards. One thing I want to show you here is, well, I threw a rock and I automatically re-equip it as soon as I move into position. That is fabulous. Boots, she can have the equipment this time. Boots and trousers and a knife. Now he can have the knife, it'll do more damage than the torch. So she is protection 7, evasion 14, protection 5, evasion 11. So he's more likely to get hit and hurt than she is. Oh dear, what a shame. Right, nice section of levers and what have you to pick up, pull on, and here we have throwing knife. Again, give it to the guy at the back who is best equipped, high dexterity, and has skills in throwing. Now again, I can choose which weapon I throw, so I can throw the knife this time. And now this fire blast, and then throw the rock. And yes. And see the rogue at the back there instantly re-equips his weapons. 16, nice. That's doing a nice bit of damage. Another 16. Now, you can kite these around, of course. Oops, if I do that, so you can kite them around. I've got a free attack. Aha! And then you pick up food! Yes, I've got a snail slice. Right click to consume. You do have a food bar there, so yeah, it's not nice. Not nice at all. And a key is required. I don't actually have one at the moment. Have I been here? No, I haven't. Right, let's see what's down here. Aha! What's that? That is baked maggot. It doesn't get any better than that. I must tell you now, it does not get any better than that. What have we got here? These are a loincloth. Loincloth, willpower -1, attack power +1. I'll give it to him actually because he could actually benefit from the plus attack power. And I also haven't been to go and pick up his rocks. So he threw a load of rocks and a knife, so I don't really need to go and pick up his rocks. And pick up that torch. Picking up the torch is actually kind of a way of keeping an eye on where you've been. I'll put it that way, but I won't. So now I've got 2 rocks and a throwing knife, just wandering around. Here, another rock, that's good enough. And pit roots bread, that sounds better than baked maggot. Yeah, this is a very, very interesting game for one other additional property. To show the pit something needs to fly. Yes, it does actually, doesn't it? And what we'll throw is a rock. Nice little, I like those sort of nice simple puzzles like this. Nice puzzles like, here we go. What this has though is, you've got this map that we're playing on. Everybody plays with this, starts with this map. There are such a thing as a map editor. And yes, you've guessed it, you can create your own maps. Now hopefully this will be a bit of a community driven thing. Probably on Steam. I'm actually keeping an eye open for Legend of Grimrock and see if I can find some additional maps so I can play on different maps. Oh heck. If I can find some additional maps, that would be rather sexy. Yes. And that would actually be very nice. So if I find additional maps, it would be very nice. I'm going to be keeping an eye open for those. And what's this? Scroll of flame burst. So you right click on the scroll or mouse over the scroll. I'll show you what I've basically been doing is just click on that rune, click on the cast button, and that's what you do. Yes, well I'm not going to carry. Actually, I'm going to carry that because that is useful. Those things that need to fly. Sometimes it's useful to have one of those and a loincloth. And what's that? A tattered cloak. I'll go to him because he's low on protection. 6 and 13. She is 7 and 14. She's still better off than he is. And another rock for the rogue. It's 3 rocks. Yes, he does collect a good selection of rocks. He does get a bow later. So you may not want to go too insane on upgrading his missile skill. His throwing weapon skill. So if I look at the moment, what have we got on thrown weapons? Thrown weapons, thrown weapons are on 3. We're getting this +1 strength on the 4th point in there, and then so you can get it increased speed, etc, etc. So yeah, it's all different weapons have different speeds. I forgot to make. Oh heck! There's another one there. Yes, that was painful. And this is, as I say, this is very much an old school dungeon crawler. Now, unfortunately, the guy at the back has nothing in his hands. Oh, crap on a stick, another one. And I think he's almost out of energy as well. So we're going to have to rely on some good old-fashioned hack and slash here. Please tell me that's all of them. That doesn't seem to want to re-equip. Lots of food there. No, I could have manually picked them up, have I? Okie dokie. Okay, that's fine. Now, there we go. One of the items I'm looking for is a gem. That's how you get out. That's close. Right, that's nearly locked myself in there. That was been hardly interesting. Now, I've got to go in this way. Now, put the gem. Yes, because you got the clue. Heal my sight. Gems and a couple of holes. Easy peasy. There we go. And going around looking for the next place to get gems from. Then stack him up with. Now, of course, you can close the doors again as well. If you want to have a rest, resting is a good idea. Heals up and particularly gets the energy back for your mage. You can rest. And you got the energy bar going up there for the mage. Simple mouse click will, of course, turn it off. There you go, simple mouse click. Get his spell up. I think I just hurt myself, actually. Yes, I think I might have cast that before I was actually had the yeah, I may have cast that before the portcullis was entirely up, and I may have just fried myself a little bit. So we'll just rest here while we get our health back up. And of course, the problem is while you're resting and doing this, of course, you are consuming food. So let's have a look at the food bars. Food bars are about 50%. So let's wait for that to go up entirely. Oh god, not another one. I'm completely spannering this one up. Oh god, I'm missing. Don't want to miss. Missing is not good. Don't worry, the weapons do get better later on. We have to imagine how they could get any worse, isn't it? But the weapons that do get better later on, and you do end up with some quite nice weapons. And you do also end up with some really rather nasty. There's my gem. I can't reach it through the bars, so I've got to find some way of getting to that. Right, there we go. Another mushroomy thing. Oh, what's that? Tar bead. Now, tar bead, you can make potions in this game. Yes, indeed, you make your healing potions. And that's always good for keeping yourselves alive. It isn't unfortunately a hotkey for take a potion. You have to have the potion equipped in one of your hands and right click. Now this is where it gets really painful because this guy is as hard as nails and there's only one of him. Imagine what it's like when you get a bunch of 4 of him. And my torch is running out, but that's okay because I'm stood next to a torch. I'm running out of juice from my mage. Phew, he's dead. Now, of course, he drops what he carries. And I can't see it. Can I pick it up? Let me pick it up. Thank you. Right, I'll give that to... Now, logic says you give that to this guy here. But, if you put it in this guy's hand, he can strike from the back. You've got to weigh that up over the guy at the front who's actually trained to deal with this sort of thing, actually being able to do more damage with it. So it is 6 of one, half a dozen of another. Try and work out what it is you want to do. That's a torch replaced. And there we go. That is pretty much most of the way through the first level. That is a touch it and heal. Now, what do we have? Here we have a scroll. Scroll is going to give you the hint, which is doors of iron. Great wards could be found behind these doors to gain access. Look carefully for small details and use your wits. Small details. Not that button. Take the torch. Sometimes taking torches or putting torches in place can... Aha! Torches being put in place can sometimes work. Got a staff there for the mage. And a scroll. What does the scroll say? Scroll says this magical staff is a powerful weapon when wielded by a potent mage. Right, my energy is 38 of 97. If I take that staff away, that is +5. So it gives me 5 additional energy, which is quite nice. +5 energy. We mouse over the item. So attack power 4, speed 16. Speed 16 is quite fast actually. Right, and you can click on this. Brings anybody who died back to life. And what is that? Scroll of poison cloud. What is that? That is the bottom right hand corner. So I don't think actually my mage has the ability to cast that yet. No. Undock is not skilled enough to successfully cast this spell. Well guys, that was the first level. And get the map up. There's your first level. That's pretty much everything. And of course you can add a note. This is the other thing as well. You can add notes around the place. It's fantastic. It is such a very, very simple game. Escape to close the book. And hopefully with some more user-generated dungeons, which I'm going to be looking for later, and might do a couple of videos on a couple of user-generated dungeons. This game, I think, could really, really rock. One of the other things I would suggest, if you are going to get this game, get off. It's available on Steam. Downloads pretty quickly, actually. It's not all that expensive either, and it is very, very fun. Down to level 2. Indeed. Yes. Well, there we go. Very well. Thanks very much, guys. This was just a very quick look at the Legend of Grimrock. I'm going to try and find some user-generated dungeons and see what I can do with those. And see if I can have some fun with those, actually. Oh, I've gained a level. 2 of us have leveled up, so we will have armors. Now, do I need any additional armor? I would actually like to get some extra abilities in armor. But 2 and 2 athletics will give me +2 vitality, and then I've got 2 points left, which I'll put into. That'll give me +10 health. That's actually quite a good health boost for me there, and the mage leveled up as well. Now, do I want earth magic? I think I want earth magic, and I want. Do I want a point in there, which effectively gives me 2 additional spells? Yeah, I think that'll do nicely. Now, does that mean I've actually got the ability now? Oh, what's that? A peasant's cap. A peasant's cap +1 protection. That's 7 and 18. That's 7 and 14. Now he's actually better off than she is. And another rock for my rogue. As you see, rogues like rocks. And one paranoid thing I always wander around having a look at walls. So let's see if I can actually cast that poison cloud spell now. Yes. Can I wholeheartedly suggest not just casting that and then standing in it, because it hurts. Anyway guys, thank you very much. That has been a quick look at Legend of Grimrock. I'm going to go and see if I can find some user generated content. I'll do another video. Thanks very much guys. Catch you on the flip side.